People underestimate immigration and don't realize it's essential to America. At North High, we're fortunate to have a large and diverse population of students. Diversity is everywhere, especially in our community. We went on a mission next throughout the city to find answers to our essential questions. Why do people move from their homelands, and is America still a land of opportunity for immigrants? We focus on three aspects of immigration throughout this project: education and jobs, relationships, and peace. We asked Mrs. Clark, an ESL teacher here at North High, a series of questions regarding her students. She explained to us that these students came to America in order to have a normal life, and even though she knows that some of them may not live under the best circumstances here in the city, their lives here are much better than they were in their home countries.
Because they felt that they had to live a normal life, to have enough food to eat, to be safe. They felt there's no choice. They come where there is work.
Okay.
We have packing plants, we have Wells Blue Bunny, we have Turpack. I don't even know what all, they work cloverleaf coal storage. So they come wherever there's work. Not a lot, but sometimes they'll come from California. They could go there first because they've heard wonderful California, wonderful weather, wonderful this. Unfortunately, there are no jobs for them. And so, via the grapevine, they hear, if you come to Iowa, if you come to Sioux City, we have jobs.
I would say, yeah, there's a lot of opportunities here. I think it's probably just with all the things that are happening in the world, it's probably going to be a little bit harder to immigrate here in the future, just because of the scary state that the world's in. I don't know that, I think there will always be opportunities here, and I understand why people would want to move here.
Chantel Meth, a Canadian immigrant, originally came to America to nanny for a couple in Sioux Falls. She ended up meeting her future husband and decided to stay in America.
I came into the U.S. On a fiancé visa in 1995. It's not the typical way that most people probably immigrate to the U.S., but I was engaged to be married and had to be married in the U.S. It's a very complicated process. There's a lot of medical tests and all of the paperwork, the interviews, the medical part of it had to be done at a consulate, a U.S. consulate, and there's only two of those in Canada, one on the East Coast and one on the West Coast. And I happen to live in the middle of the country, so had to travel a considerable distance in order to be at the consulate. If you asked my mom, she would say I got kidnapped and corrupted by an evil American man. No, I guess the easy answer is that I fell in love with an American, and after we got married, it was basically teaching and coaching jobs that Sean got that brought us pretty much everywhere we've lived since I've lived down here. We've been following different employment opportunities for him.
In 1983, Rosalina Marquez migrated to America from Mexico. She came here with her husband.
Okay, en 1983. Simplemente porque él vivía aquí, Laredo, Texas. Ajá. Y yo ya conocía, pero lo que no me gustaba el ambiente de aquí, que es muy encerrado. No fue tan difícil para mí para acostumbrarme a las culturas, porque aquí estaba mi familia y nosotros seguimos con nuestras culturas.
Nafiso, a student at North High who migrated to America from Somalia, shared her story with us. She told us how she came here to escape a civil war that was brewing in her hometown, and although she was only supposed to stay here for a couple of months, she's been here for 4 years. Her grandmother sent her to America by herself. and Nafisa was very scared, since she was on an airplane and spoke no English whatsoever.
There is a perception in some countries that the U.S. is kind of arrogant. So those were some of the negative comments that I have heard about the U.S. But on the flip side of that is there's a strong sense of pride. And that's pretty cool. To be able to say I'm proud to be an American. I'm not saying I'm proud to be an American because I technically am not an American, but that sense of pride and love for your country, the patriotism, it's a pretty awesome thing, and it's kind of neat to watch.
We also interviewed ESO students. Although a significant amount of students are enrolled in this program at North High, we found that not too many people realize how many there really are and how they are just so important to the social diversity at North. As we interviewed these teenagers, who are just so similar in age to us, we realized that our concept of immigration was not even close to being accurate. These are their stories. They came from countries found all over the world: Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, Mexico, Somalia, Nairobi, and Vietnam. Out of the 13 students that we interviewed, most told us that they came here for a better education, since the system in their country was very poor. Many of them expressed how grateful they are for this education system. Others, like Freddie, Carlos, and Marlon, told us that they came here to escape the gangs that were arising in their cities. They told us about the difficulties they had to face in order to get to America and showed us the pictures of the terrible quality of water they were forced to drink. Dean, another student that we talked to, told us about how education in Vietnam was not free, and that's why he moved here to America. Throughout this process, we realized just how much we take for granted, like education and peace. We learned that although moving to a new country can be nerve-wracking and hold a somber feeling, it can also hold optimism, love, and a chance for a better life. So yes, America is still a land of opportunity. You can see the answer in the faces of everyone that immigrates here.